Well.
Here we are again.
Look who it is.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back to the Driver's Training Podcast.
I'm Audrey.
I'm Suzy.
And we're back in Suzy's apartment.
Yeah, Audrey's in the midst of a big move.
Yeah, it is a big one. I feel like moves are always big, but my apartment's a mess right now. It's our last weekend there, so like it's really getting down to the nitty-gritty.
So we're in my cute little house now.
Yeah.
Our neighbors actually finally moved in, so I now
Upstairs.
have two little children living above me, and they have been running up and down the staircase that's like right by our door all morning. So if you hear that, that's just them having fun. They're kids.
It's always something. I was just saying to Suzy, like whether it's my dog's barking or her neighbors stomping around, it's just...
I just got like so self-conscious because I was just like readjusting my sock. Audrey just told me that one of you freaks who watched one of these videos added one to a playlist called
Feet play.
Because
on YouTube, yeah.
I was playing with my toes, I guess.
I don't think you were even playing with your toes.
They were probably
I think
just
they were
there.
just out.
Now I feel like I need to put them away.
Well, at least your feet are covered this time.
Yeah. But like, if you're doing that shit, stay away from us. Stay far, far away.
Yeah, I'm wearing my skirt draped over my feet because I don't want anything.
You will never see a bare toe on this podcast ever again.
And that's your own fault. First of all, if you were gonna do that, you should have made that playlist private.
Exactly.
Because then we would have never known and we would have never even addressed it, you freak.
And you could have just kept on getting your little feet videos and being a weirdo for free. But now we know and we're on to you. And you'll never catch us again.
Anyway.
So that was kind of scary.
No, it was, but...
everything's fine. So I wonder if it was the same person who commented like beautiful crossed legs.
Oh, honestly, I didn't even think about that. It could have been like that same person.
It probably doesn't help that I'm like drawing attention to them and like giving them...
like we're commenting on it right now.
Who cares?
I don't.
Just like be normal. I'm just gonna say it. Please be normal.
Be normal.
If you're engaging with our content. We're normal people. So
sometimes.
You should be normal too. We can get a little crazy.
We can
quirky.
Watch this.
Oh my god, she's so goofy.
You can't take me
anywhere. Not her being goofy.
I'm so crazy.
Anyway, how are you?
Honestly, I'm okay. I'm really stressed with the move and everything. I've been having crazy dreams where I'm like waking up like drenched in sweat, low key.
Whoa.
But like it's weird because I'm sleeping well. So I don't know what that's about.
Maybe you just like being a little sweaty.
I guess so.
I've also been having some crazy dreams.
Yeah, tell us about your dream last night.
So honestly, there's not much to tell except for the fact that in my dream I came out to my parents as bisexual. And I'm a straight woman. I know the haircut and way I dress and way I speak and generally how I am seems to
your
trend
girl
otherwise.
Power tattoo.
My girl power, like there's a lot of things that would kind of suggest the other way. But let me come out now. I'm straight.
Coming out as straight.
When you have to. Yeah, so I don't know what that's all about. I feel like I've had a lot of dreams where I'm like dating a woman.
Like just in general or recently?
Not like for a while. And
maybe your brain is just like curious.
I'm sure. I feel like I question my sexuality so much, but I just always come back to the conclusion where it's like, no, I'm probably straight.
Probably.
Like I'm sure it's a spectrum, but I don't know.
On the straight side of it.
Yeah. Except on the Kinsey scale.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that's all about, but it's, it is what it is. I support you, whatever you are. All of my friends are like gay in some way, so
that is true. You're like the token straight friend.
I'm the number one ally.
Yeah. We need a token straight man in the group.
Yeah, those are hard to
They're hard to come
find
by
and hard to keep around.
But speaking of like being attracted to people, do you want to start off with your crush of the week?
I would love to share my crush of the week. So this week I'm crushing on Jack Schlossberg. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, so
It's like every single time except for Jeremy Allen White, I've been like, I don't know who that is.
it's just because I have such like niche and unique
His name is
esoteric
what?
crushes. Jack Schlossberg.
I'm looking him up.
So for those of you like Audrey who don't know, he is the grandson of JFK. And let me just say, those genes like stuck around,
wow.
right? See, you laugh, and then you see.
Yeah.
He's just very dreamy. He's like 33 or 34 or something. He just got a job as the political correspondent for Vogue, which I feel like is kind of the perfect job for him.
This is a really good crush of the week.
Thank you. Yeah, I tried this time. He makes like TikToks a lot, and he's always just being kind of silly and kind of goofy. He has his shirt off a lot of the time.
Wow.
He's very handsome, and I don't know, there's just something about a man with brown curly hair that I'm gonna be like, hey.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Kennedy, like,
Yeah.
something a little romantic about that.
If I had to pick my crush of the week, I would say Alex Wolff. I always love Alex Wolff. He's so beautiful to me. But Childish Gambino put out like one of his new music videos for his song on his like new album, and he's in it and he's playing the drums and he looks really good.
Throwback to Naked Brothers Band.
Yeah.
Bring it back. I'm waiting for their reunion.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good one. Speaking of like politics too, unless you want to keep talking.
No, go ahead.
I just found out what "Let's Go Brandon" means.
You're actually kidding.
I am not. Like, I knew it was a Republican thing.
Dude, how? I'm actually gagged right now. What do you mean you didn't know? What did you think it meant?
I thought Brandon was like a politician.
No way.
Yeah. I thought it was like someone just like really far right who his name was Brandon, and like
Whoa.
they were like associating him with Trump, but like for those who don't know, like I didn't, it means fuck Joe Biden.
That's insane. Who told, like, how did you find out?
I kept seeing it like online like last week. I can't remember in what context. It was because I saw a tweet that was like, now Trump is like gonna have to throw out all the Let's Go Brandon merch, and I was like, I don't get it. Like, why would he have to do that? Because what does that have to do with anything? But that's what finally made me look it up. Dude. And the context behind it is some race car driver whose name is Brandon said fuck Joe Biden, but everyone heard him say let's go Brandon, so they started chanting that.
Let's go Brandon. Joe Brandon, you've never like...
Nope.
That's honestly so perplexing to me. Like,
it showed up.
I'm so like
one
intrigued
day.
by your world.
It just showed up one day and I was like, that's a Trump thing, I guess, but like I never knew it had anything to do with Biden.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Wow, God bless. Also, we were right. He dropped out and Kamala's in. Like
the day after we recorded.
Yeah, let's just say we called it.
We did. But yeah, Suzy and I did have to call Kamala and say, sorry, like, we're not running. We can't do it.
And she's got to pick like an old white man anyway for the balance. So.
Yeah.
Well, not old, but like.
Yeah. We're halfway there with a third of the way there with that.
Yep.
White.
Yeah, I actually just my birthday was last week.
Yes.
For those of you who missed the last episode,
it came out on Suzy's birthday.
And you said I would get only 3 comments telling me happy birthday. Well, guess what? I got 2. So gotcha. No. Yeah, it was my birthday last week. It was awesome. I got an ancestry test, which is why I was bringing up the white thing.
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
going to tell me anything different from me being white,
Mm-hmm.
but I am just a little intrigued to see what's all going on in there. I know for sure because you can, like, you get instant access to the website and you can start, like, building your family tree or whatever.
With the matches. It's awesome.
Yeah, my great grandparents, I believe, on my dad's side came here from the Netherlands, and so I'm at least that much, like, Dutch.
What would that be, like an eighth?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. Once I get my tests and everything back, I'll fill you guys in.
That's like, I also did an ancestry test.
Oh, we could go through yours too.
Yeah.
And we can, like, share a little bit about us.
It did tell me, like, everything I did know, just breaking down the percentages. And I will say there were a couple in there that I didn't know I had, but they were on the very small percent side.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it'll be interesting. It's, like, definitely a lot Dutch, a lot Polish, and then I think some, like, English.
I'm just living that life on Dutch.
Exactly. Like, no one's been more Dutch than me. Like,
Yeah. But your birthday was awesome. We went out to dinner at this really nice, like, fancy, crazy steakhouse called,
it was,
like, the Bazaar.
Yeah, it was insane. It was actually the fanciest place, like, I think I've ever been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had a sommelier come to the table to tell us about wine.
Dude, it was so funny because she came over and she was like, oh, like, do we have anything in mind? And Peter was like, what is something that is going to pair well, like a white wine that will pair well with red meat? And she was going through all these options and everything was so expensive,
like at least $150.
And then Suzy was like, what about under $100? And she was like, okay, let me change things up.
And it took her, like, I feel like so long to,
yeah,
like,
she was like
find
flipping through this giant book of, like, all the different wines. And then she was like, okay, well, under $100 that's going to pair well with red meat, like, here's a list of things. And even after all of that, Suzy didn't pick anything she recommended.
I was like, actually, can I get the Riesling?
Yeah, but honestly, it was yummy.
It was
wine.
so delicious. Like, I think it was a good choice at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, but I just felt so bad. Like, I just feel so, like, stupid sometimes and like a kid when I'm in situations like that.
I understand what you mean.
Because it's just like, clearly you know so much more about this than I do, and you're giving a very genuine recommendation based on, like, real things, and I'm just like, I want the yummy thing that I know
I'm
that I've
like
heard
it.
of before.
Yeah.
And I feel like she was definitely judging, but that's okay. Like, she's allowed.
Yeah. But
And
it
then,
was really good though.
yeah.
All the other food
Yeah,
too.
the food was awesome.
Peter got, like, a crazy cotton candy foie gras.
foie gras. Yeah, and another waiter was, like, reading out the whole menu to us, basically.
It took her like 10 minutes, and then Peter eventually was like, we're not gonna order any seafood,
So we can skip that.
Yeah, we can skip over that. And she's like, oh, okay. But then she did kind of explain the seafood, like, a tiny bit more before moving on.
Yeah.
But oh my god, I was so tuned out while she was reading all that shit. I was just like, oh my god.
And we had already looked at the menu so much and knew
like,
what we
even
were
before
get.
we got to the restaurant.
But it ended up being awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We had, like, a Wagyu blend steak, which is the first time I've ever had Wagyu, and that was goated. And we ended up being, like, the last people in the restaurant, just because it was a Tuesday night, and no one's really out that late. And so that was sick, and they left us with a bunch of free desserts.
Yeah, they were like, we had these left over, so you can go ahead and have them.
Which was so kind.
Yeah, the restaurant manager came out to help us with, like, paying, and her name was also Suzy. So
Love that queen.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then also, funny story, I Ubered to Bree and Susie's before we went to the restaurant, and I had the jankiest Uber ever. Like, it was one of the, like, wheelchair accessible cars, and as soon as I saw it was a Dodge Grand Caravan, I knew I was fucked. And, like, heaviest door ever, and it was not automatic. I sat in the back and like my feet were dangling off of the seat. It was crazy. And then Suzy and Bree had the same Uber on their way home from the restaurant.
But this time it smelled like pee. I don't know if yours kind of smelled like pee.
It did not.
So something had happened
in between
those couple of hours of Audrey being in it and us being in it. And also the driver's name changed. So we're not sure.
Definitely the same car.
It was for sure the exact same car. But we're not sure if it was just the driver like using different names or different accounts, or if it's like one or two people sharing like the same car. So that was honestly insane.
It was.
But I felt very connected. The world felt very small and cute, and so that was fun.
Yeah, especially in a huge place like Chicago.
Mm-hmm. And then the last thing about my birthday, so I don't talk about it like a million times, the night before, Monday night, I was just home by myself, and I was like, you know what? I want to do something fun and mature, and so I'm going to get ready, go to a little bar down my street, and maybe bring like a book and a journal.
Okay,
get
mysterious.
A drink, right? I know. I was like, let me do something a little fun, and just go by myself, get a drink, maybe stay for like an hour and like reflect on being 25, and then go home. What happened was I was trying to go to a dive bar. They were closed. And so I was like, okay, what else is around here? And so then I went to this other bar that we've been to before that has a really fun patio and just really good vibes overall. And so I just went there and got a little drink. There weren't a lot of people out yet because it was like, I don't know, it was like 9 or 10, like on a Monday, like kind of a random time. And
it's usually like service nights, like service industry.
That's like, I feel like as more people came in, they were like more like industry people and not just like randoms. But I started making friends with the bartenders a little bit. One of them was this guy, and I had like brought out my book, and I was like, yeah, I brought this book to like look mysterious. And he was like, it's working. And I was like, oh my God. And he asked what I was reading, and then we talked about Brat, because he put the whole Brat album on start to finish, which was awesome.
That's awesome.
And I didn't really have a crush on him, but it was kind of just one of those like, oh, I'm out and this is somebody fun to talk to, and like I could convince myself to have a crush if I want, or to be a little flirty perhaps. But then I overheard him talking to the other bartender and talk about, oh yeah, as soon as I got engaged, blah blah blah. And I was just like, bruh, like as a bartender, I feel like you should be required to be single. Like, there's actually something so messed up about being a bartender in a relationship.
That's fair.
That's my hot take. Like, if you're there, like, I need to be able to flirt with you.
So you can get free drinks.
Right? Like, otherwise, what's the point? I did end up getting, like, a free drink.
Because it was your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, then I talked to this other guy who sat next to me named Paul, who was fine, but also not of romantic interest whatsoever. Balding. Older. But, you know, we talked about like the state of American politics, and it did make me feel very like grown up, and that was fun. And then he got my Instagram when I was leaving, and he DM'd me like 3 times, and I have not responded, and he keeps liking my stories. And I'm like, Paul, he doesn't even live here.
Read the room,
Paul. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much a wrap on my birthday. And I think next year's gonna be low key. Because I feel like this year was a lot. So
that's fair. But also, if it's not low key, that's okay.
It's just my fault for being a Leo. Like, I can't help it.
They're just prone to that.
I love to have all the attention and big extravagance and luxury. And the older I get, the more bougie I become, which is actually really bad. Because I feel like I spent so much money on myself last month just being like, it's my birthday, it's fine.
Well, what did you, like, do?
I bought a new bed and, like, all the new sheets and, like, comforter for it. Also, let me just say, I tried so hard to have a meet cute and we were like this close with that bed.
Oh.
Because the guy who dropped it off, did I talk about this?
No.
Oh, I got my bed frame and mattress off Facebook Marketplace, and the guy like didn't have a profile picture, didn't whatever, so it's like, oh, it's probably just like some old guy, like whatever.
Yeah.
He shows up hot as fuck, like so sexy, very Jack Schlossberg coded actually.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm in love with him. And so then I was like trying to make flirty little small talk while we're bringing it in, and like he helped carry it. He like dropped it off at my house, and then yeah, I like messaged him again on Facebook and was just like, thanks again for like dropping everything off. Also, I can feel myself blushing, so you don't have to say anything.
I wasn't going to. It's okay.
For audio listeners, I am getting a little red just because I have a little crush on him.
He was handsome because you posted on your private. You were like,
yes,
saw him on Tinder.
I saw him on Tinder yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, like this is my chance. And I swiped, and we did not match, and I do not foresee us matching. So that's a little.
You never know.
I guess, yeah, I could give it some time, but like, how cute would that have been? Like,
yeah.
He brought me his bed, and then like he gets in it with me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Oh
like,
my
wouldn't that be so cute?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like. Whatever. It's just so stupid because I called my mom after he came over, and I was like, yeah, he was really cute, but like I don't know, and like I was kind of scared to like say anything, and then she got like mad at me and was yelling at me for
why?
Not like yelling at me, but she was just like, you need to like stop being so shy and realize it's okay to just have a conversation with somebody else, and you don't have to be awkward and blah blah blah. And it's like, if I could help it, like, don't you think I would be like, don't you think I would stop being shy? Like, if I could just be like, you know what, you're right. Like, let me just be normal. Like,
that is so funny. She wasn't even there, and she's like,
I know. And I'm like, also he's gone. She's like, oh, she always does this. She's like, oh, she should have said blah 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 blah. I'm like,
but you didn't.
How does that help the situation? Like, I didn't. And she's like, in the future. And I'm like, when is this gonna happen in the future? Like, you're driving me crazy.
Oh my god.
Love her, love that queen. But yeah, so as of now we have not matched on Tinder, but I'm not giving up.
We'll be updating once that does happen.
Yeah.
Because it will.
Right. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the hell were we talking about?
Things you got for your birthday for yourself?
Oh, yeah. Just like, I mean, the whole bed situation, like,
that was the biggest thing.
Couple $100.
Yeah.
Probably close to $500 if we're being honest.
Yeah. I got Suzy like the most awesome gifts this year for her birthday.
You really did. She got me the Challengers t-shirt, like the I Told Ya, and it's my favorite shirt ever. I would be wearing it right now if I didn't already wear it for 3 days straight, and it stinks and it needs to be washed. But one of these days I'm sure I'll wear it on the pod, but
yeah, I got her a jelly cat. Mm-hmm. It's the hot dog one.
He's so cute, very Chicago. Mm-hmm. And then she also got me these like Snoopy like peanuts cookies things. Yeah. And they were so good.
Yeah. I wanted to try one, but I was like, I got to get these for Suzy.
Yeah, and then I ate all of them in one sitting. But it's fine.
But yeah, I feel like very good birthday for you. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for my birthday this year. I think I have officially decided I will be having another roast for my birthday this year. I had one for myself when I turned 22, and I'm turning 26 this year, and I think 4 years is enough time in between to do a roast again, especially considering like once I do this roast, all of the people who will be roasting me will be completely different people, and obviously there's a lot of growing you do in 4 years, so especially like during your like 20s. So I don't know, I feel like it'll be a good one.
I think it'll be awesome. I need to start working on some material. I've never done a roast before or been a part of a roast, but I'm excited. I feel like I can be a little funny.
Yeah, a little.
I hope. I'm actually like, if I get up there and I bomb, like, you understand I'm gonna have to kill myself.
No, it's okay. I don't think anyone...
What if no one laughs?
I don't want to say who did bad in case they're watching, but there was one person at my roast who just did a terrible job. I appreciated the effort nonetheless, and I love her nonetheless, but was not good.
Like, what if that's me? Like, I can't stand that.
What I'm saying is why I bring that up is I don't think you could do worse than that.
Oh. You're on. Watch me. No, you're probably right.
Yeah. Also, actually, I don't know why I said speaking of, because it's a whole new topic, but the Olympics opening ceremony was yesterday.
Wasn't Lady Gaga,
Lady Gaga performed. She looked so good. She had, like, this beautiful outfit on, performed in French and Française. Celine Dion performed for the first time in public for 4 years.
Whoa.
And I didn't know this, but apparently she has, like, a medical condition where she gets stiff.
Person syndrome or whatever it is.
Which is crazy.
I remember I tuned in and I saw someone singing Imagine. And I was like, what are we doing?
I don't know. I will say there was, like, a little bit of, like, a little clip of people singing Les Mis, like, Do You Hear the People Sing?
Oh,
and it,
so
like,
French.
made me tear up. I was like, this is the most, I like turned to Giovanni, I was like, this is the most beautiful song that's ever been on Broadway, ever.
Oh my God.
It was really good, because they performed it in French, and it's like, the French Revolution, and, like, so many people died, and, like, gave their lives for that, and, like, it's like,
yeah. America so needs to learn and
take a piece from their book. A page from their book.
From their livre. It's book in French.
Yeah.
For those who don't know.
Okay.
That's right. I took French for 4 years.
Yeah. Also, the Minions were there.
No way.
Yes, because apparently there's a animation studio for the Minions, like, in Paris.
Aww.
And it was really cute. They were all getting ready for the Olympics and, like, warming up and stuff and being just silly little minions.
Classic. No, I'm excited to watch the Olympics. I feel like I haven't watched them in a long time. I just see clips of it online, but this year I'm gonna watch.
Like, I'm just gonna put it on in the background, you know.
At least the fun ones,
because it's 16 whole days long.
That's so many days.
Yeah. Oh, did you see first of all, crazy when Palestine came out,
and everyone was cheering.
Everyone was cheering, and then when Israel came out, everyone was booing them.
It was kind of awesome.
It was so awesome. I was like, damn, I bet y'all are embarrassed.
Yo,
because
you should be.
Honestly, it's crazy because, you know, during the Olympics, you could actually hear people booing them when they came out, but during, like, Eurovision, they edited the booing out.
True.
So, I don't know, like, people are more aware and, like, it's more publicly, like, you know, acceptable to be booing Israel like that.
Which is lit.
Yeah, I think especially, too, there was that whole, thing. I couldn't even tell you exactly what happened, but I'm pretty sure one of the nations ruled that Israel, like, is committing crimes against Palestine and stuff.
They're, like, officially an apartheid state.
Yes.
Yeah, but has anything been done about it since that? No. Like,
but yeah,
we can just hope for the best.
And we'll see how the Olympics pan out.
Dude, I'm not a very patriotic person, and I especially don't care about sports, but when I see, like, Simone Biles flip in the air, it, like, brings a tear to my eye.
It does.
Like, I just feel so proud of her. And, like, Sha'Carri Richardson, like, when she's running, she's got, like, her nails done, hair down, like, serving
fastest runner ever.
I just, like, I feel so proud. I'm like, damn.
No, there really is something that, like, swells in my heart. Like, even just talking about it, I'm like, wow, it's, like, crazy they gave up so much to, like, do that for, like,
for us,
for our country, to win the gold and bring it home.
No, but I just, like, can't believe how high in the air Simone can get.
I just
like,
think
like, I'll watch clips of her and constantly just blows my mind what she's able to do.
It's just crazy to me that the human body is even capable of like flipping itself like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's also crazy to think about with like the Olympics and stuff, like, or with gymnastics, I guess in this case. Like, someone was just bored, I bet, one day and was like, I wonder if I could flip like this. That's like, I love thinking about how things start like that. Like, I always think about this one Tumblr post that's like, the first horse to ever be ridden must have been like, what the fuck?
True, because like, what are you doing on my back?
Yeah, like, girl.
Dude. That's awesome.
Oh my god. But yeah. It's so crazy.
Shout out the Olympics.
It's just shout out to the Olympics and like doing things for the first time. And like,
if you had to compete in an Olympic sport, which one would you like to do if you were like really good at it?
Honestly, I think they just added breakdancing.
Shut up.
Yes, breakdancing is now an Olympic sport. They
That's
also added
awesome.
skateboarding.
I did know about that.
Yeah, but I think breakdancing definitely would be so awesome to compete in.
Audrey Ward, USA, breakdancing.
You know what? Next thing they gotta add to the Olympics is voguing the house down.
They need to add taking a walk around the block to the Olympics.
They need to add fart walks to the Olympics.
For real. Like, I would win. Love
yeah.
that.
What about you? What would you like want to do if you were really good at it?
Yeah.
And I not just for the the Summer Olympics, but also like you could even do a winter one too.
I mean, the idea of tennis is so nice, but I think that's just because of challengers, and I know it's not really like that. I do think skateboarding would be sick. I love like girl skaters. So maybe that.
I just found out Colin broke his arms, like both of them at the same time from skateboarding.
That's
recently.
so funny. It's low-key so funny when people like break both their arms.
I know. Like, how do you wipe your ass?
How do you do anything, like, genuinely? Especially when it's above the elbow.
And I think that's how it was.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I've never broken a bone.
I've also never broken a bone, knock on wood or whatever. But yeah, I've broken my toes. I will say that. That is not fun. But you don't put a cast on for like a broken toe. But oh my god, did it hurt so bad.
When you hurt your toes, it's actually so bad.
Yeah, I remember I was in 8th grade. It was right before summer break started. I opened up my freezer and like one of those plastic like rock solid ice packs came shooting out of the freezer and landed directly on all of my toes.
Oh my god.
And like my entire foot was purple for like the first half of the summer, and like I couldn't wear closed-toed shoes. It hurt so bad.
That's horrible. Right before the summer.
Yeah.
Aww.
I mean, thankfully it wasn't during the winter, because then it would be like, how can I, like, you know, I wouldn't be able to wear flip-flops with it, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's a big
that's
issue.
a big issue there.
Yeah, I've like messed up my pinky toes, but nothing crazy.
I will say I've gotten really close to breaking limbs before.
Really?
I was in a really bad golf karting accident when I was a kid. Basically, and I don't know, maybe this is the reason why like I don't have my license to this day. Maybe it's instilled like a fear of driving in me or something.
Could be.
But basically when I was younger, my grandparents had a really big house with like a really big backyard, and they had a golf cart that me and my cousins would like ride on around their backyard. And one day my cousin Mandy, who mind you is only like half a year older than I am, was like, let me teach you how to drive the golf cart. And we're in like 3rd grade.
My 3rd grade?
Yeah. Or 3rd or 4th.
Either way,
yeah, we were like very young, and she knew how to drive it because my grandpa taught her, but she was like, let me teach you. And we were driving, and it was like rough, but I was doing fine, whatever. But then I tried turning around and doing like, I honestly don't even know how it happened, but I crashed into a tree, and I got my left leg stuck in between the tree and the armrest, and it was on a hill, so we couldn't back out, and I was literally stuck there. And it hurt so bad. My grandpa thankfully had like a tow attachment to his truck and was able to tow the golf cart like out from the hill. So I was able to get out. But like my right side of my leg was like bruised as fuck from like the armrest, and the other side that was like against the tree was like so bloody from like the tree bark and everything. And like my cousin was fine because she wasn't like, you know, stuck in the golf cart. She was able to jump out and run and get help.
Whoa. Yeah, good thing you weren't alone either. But
yeah.
Also,
but
it was her fault, so you wouldn't have been alone in the first place.
Yeah, and I remember telling my mom, I was like, I need to go to the hospital, and she was like, no, you don't. You're fine.
Oh my god.
But it hurt really bad.
So maybe you did break something and you just don't know.
I don't know. 'Cause it was like,
how long did it take to like get better?
Like 2 months, and like it definitely, like, while it hurt, it didn't feel like, I don't think
like
it felt
you could
like
walk
broken.
on it.
Yeah, I could walk on it. It was painful because it was like moving the bruised part of my body and everything, but
that's so crazy.
Yeah.
That could have been so bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
But hey, and that's what these kids nowadays, they don't do shit like that no more, and they don't learn their lessons. They're just on that damn TikTok.
All they do is play Fortnite on the couch.
They play Roblox and Fortnite, and
they don't go outside no more.
They need to go outside and experience that kind of shit so they can get accustomed to nature, because what's going to happen when they shut down the power lines?
For real. No more Fortnite.
That's... My grandma's always saying, like, I'm sending you a radio for when they turn off the power grids. And I'm like, who's gonna do that? And she's like, just look it up, Audrey.
They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I kind of need that to happen, actually. I think it'd be really good for my mental health. I've been saying
like, I need to go off the grid. Then you wouldn't have like an excuse, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Because I can't just like self-discipline do it. Like,
it's hard.
I just want to, it's so much easier to play on my phone.
Yeah, that's like, I talked about a while back how I recently like switched carriers, and for like 24 hours, if I wasn't connected to Wi-Fi, I didn't have service on my phone. That was crazy.
Yeah. That's like, I just need it to be forced.
Yeah.
And then I can have something to complain about too, which is my second favorite thing.
That's one thing about Suzy, is she always has to complain about something, like,
but like in a fun and endearing way, and not in an annoying, like,
no, that's what I mean,
this bitch won't shut up kind of way.
That's what I mean. Just like, if it's summer, she's gonna talk about like, I wish it was winter.
Because why isn't it winter? Like,
and if it's so winter, nice. She's gonna be like, I wish it was summer.
I'm just never happy.
Really?
No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm chilling. I think it builds community, and it brings us together when we have a collective gripe.
Yeah.
When there's like something that you can be like, man, I really wish this was different, and someone else can be like, yeah, me too.
I will say that was something about Biden that like was fun on Twitter.
Was that everyone could complain about him?
Yeah, and like everyone was like being like, wow, he sucks, and like everything like that.
That was cute.
Yeah. Aw, we're so cute. America's so cute.
Kawaii. Kawaii wave.
That's so
Dress to impress.
Anyway, you want to play our reviews clues?
Let's play review clues. Sponsored by Letterboxd.
We're not.
imagine.
Actually.
I'm actually going to a Letterboxd event next week.
Yeah, how did that...
I don't know. I just got an email. I'm sure it's because, like, my location is marked as Chicago and something, but I got an email that they're doing a, like, movie showing thing for a new movie that's coming out, and I got invited to RSVP and be put on a guest list.
Oh my gosh,
and
wait.
go see the movie.
What movie?
It's called Didi, like Didi, and it's it looks like it's a mid-90s type movie, like a young man coming of age in like the early 2000s. But it looks really good, and the reviews have been really good so far.
That's awesome.
So maybe I'll get to meet someone from Letterboxd there, and I can tell them about my game
in the podcast.
Yes. And maybe they'll check it out. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited. I love to be like on an RSVP list.
Yeah, it's like an awesome feeling.
There was like an event at Glossier like a month or two ago that I got to RSVP and be on a list for, and I just felt so special.
That's I was on the guest list for a band like a couple of times, and
That's
it wasn't.
awesome.
I feel like I've talked about this before on the podcast with Borns.
Oh yeah.
Like for his concert, and also Mopop.
Yeah.
1 year, which was awesome.
We're VIPs basically.
Yeah. All right. Would you like to go first?
I would love to.
Go ahead.
So this first review is from Sri, who said, "She lived, she served cunt, then she died."
Is it Marie Antoinette?
No.
Okay.
But that's a good guess.
Yeah.
This one is a review from you, actually.
Oh.
And you said, "Yes, female Joker for real."
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
You want the third one?
Yes.
Okay, this will give it away. Molly says, "Haters of this movie said I can accept skinning dogs, but I draw the line at girl bossery."
Oh, it's Cruella.
Yeah.
With
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. That
Yes.
movie was crazy, actually.
I actually haven't seen it, but
Oh, really?
but I believe you.
You should definitely watch it. The ending is insane. She
Okay.
never mind. I won't spoil it for
She
you.
dies, right?
No.
She lived, she served cunt, and she died.
In a way.
Oh.
Or does she?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm hooked.
All right. So mine first review is from Amber. He did what in his cup?
Okay.
The other two, I feel like they both give it away, but I'll read this one first. It's
Okay.
from Maya. "I'm not attracted to a car. I'm not attracted to a car. I'm not attracted
Cars?
to a car." Yeah.
He did what in a cup?
The piston cup.
Oh. Wow.
And then the other one was just sometimes life really do be a highway. But honestly, the amount of reviews on Letterboxd that talk about like the sexual attraction they have
To the
towards
Claro
cars-
car? Oh.
Not the Claro car, but Doc Hudson.
Oh, he is fine.
Yeah, but there were just so many of them, and like this one was like I had to turn this movie off because I was too horny, and I
That's
was like,
crazy.
Whoa,
That's too much.
yeah. But
God bless.
God,
That was our
bless.
game.
Yeah,
That was our podcast. Are you okay?
yeah, yeah.
Thank you all so much for sticking around, listening, watching. We're also like really close to 100 subscribers, actually.
We are. We're
like
14
14 away. So please, if you watch these and don't subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, I love our audience of mostly female.
I think it's actually mostly men.
Oh.
When I was looking at the analytics, I know, which was a little scary. So we got to get those girl numbers up. If you're a girl, you better subscribe.
If you're a girl, subscribe, because this is girl. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl.
Girl.
Okay, well, thanks for listening.
Love
and
you.
we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.